On Fresh Happenings, we sound off on life's biggest questions.
Do superpowers really exist? Hello and welcome to Fresh Happenings. I'm Adam and this is Chris.
Hey.
And today we're going to be looking at real superpowers.
This is such a daft topic.
I know. So what we're going to look at is real
Was that
people.
A fake laugh?
No, it was
That was
real.
definitely a fake laugh.
So Chris, you're really into comics. You think you know your superheroes, but do you know the real...
I do know my superheroes. Why is that even a debate to you?
Well, I don't know my superheroes, but I do know my humans with superpowers in this world.
Right, so what's the aim of this challenge? This is another one of Adam's stupid challenges.
Well, yeah, you'll see these are definitely going to become a trend. But what we're going to do is I've written down some superpowers that actual people in the world have.
Right.
And I've made some up myself.
Right.
And all you have to do is guess if I've made them up.
Easy.
Or if they really exist.
You know why? Because it's one of my fortes. I know when you're lying.
Oh, wow, that is a big shout. We're about to find out if he can do it. So let's try and come up with a score that we think you're going to get. So let's see how many we've got.
Get your clipboard off. I know you love the clipboard.
So we've got 8 superpowers on here. I want you to get at least 6 right.
Easy.
Seems you know me and you know superheroes.
We're going to
so
nail this.
I don't think he's going to get 6. But let's start. I've also...
So is this like a true or false thing? Do I say true or false?
You all have to, there's going to be no debate. It's either they do exist or they don't exist. I've also taken the liberty to give them superhero names that they don't have in real life. I like to be creative, so none of these superhero names are there. So that's not the true or false bit.
Okay.
I've made them up. Number 1, Ben Underwood, Captain Sonar.
Sounds cool.
So Ben Underwood lost his eyesight at a young age of 3 from cancer. But Ben was able to make clicking sounds using his mouth to judge the echo produced to understand his surroundings. So he can basically click and with the reverberation like bats and dolphins can work out exactly what objects are around him. So he's able to walk around, he can ride a bike at normal speeds and even rollerblade.
Right.
He's that good at doing it, so he can do it at speed.
Okay.
So he's able to live all normal childhood experiences. But does a Ben Underwood, Captain Sonar, actually exist?
Captain Sonar, I'm going to say, exists.
1 point for Chris. Captain Sonar does exist.
Because the backstory was just there was a lot of reality there, you know, the eyesight thing.
Oh, don't worry, I put backstories to all of these. I've made sure that I read all of this, so they all look...
You're putting that English GCSE to good use, aren't you, sir?
Yeah, let's carry on. So 1 point to Chris. Number 2, Kim Peek, the human encyclopedia. Kim Peek could read much faster than average humans. His left eye could scan the left page, and his right eye could scan the right page. He was able to inhale information like Google. The Times newspaper reports...
Why is this all in past tense? Is he dead?
I believe he is. I know a few of these are definitely dead. But
right.
I'm not sure about Kim Peek, because he's relatively around now. Some of them are from like the 1800s and 1700s.
Okay.
But the Times newspaper reported that he had read over 12,000 books and could repeat them word for word with a 90% accuracy. Is Kim Peek, the human encyclopedia, a real person or was a real person?
I'm sure I've read something about somebody who could read 2 pages at the same time, but the story sounded a bit too elaborate.
What are you going for?
I'm going for a false on the human encyclopedia.
Kim Peek does exist.
Hit up your boy Kim Peek.
Kim Peek.
On the tweets.
So there we go. So you can only get 1 more wrong.
Yeah.
Unless you do get 1 more wrong, then we'll throw some extra special rules.
Why do I get... What do you mean I can only get 1 more wrong?
I said you need to get 6 right. There's only 8.
Oh, right, okay.
So you've got 1 wrong already.
Suddenly dawned on me.
Right.
Well, the pressure is on.
So next, we have Mr. Dolphin. So this is Arthur Akinfeev, an ex-Russian diver who has the ability to hold his breath underwater for 62 minutes. His incredible ability was discovered during a diving accident when he remained submerged for 40 minutes. He must have got up to 62 minutes at some point, but Guinness World Records say he's got 62 minutes and he holds the record for the most time submerged.
He can go underwater for 62 minutes
without breathing.
That is BS.
That's
impossible.
It is impossible. Arthur Akinfe's doesn't exist, but there is a real diver called Stig Sevensin. Apologies for all them butchered names, because we're about to get even more difficult.
Sorry, Stig.
But can remain underwater and does hold the Guinness World Record for staying underwater for 22 minutes.
That's a long time. I think
that's ridiculous.
I think I've seen footage of him doing it before.
He's a stunt diver, for anyone who was massively interested in that one. So we're going now for the human Duracell bunny. Yeah.
That comic book is never going to sell, sorry.
So this is Dean Carnes, or Carnes's, apologies.
This has got to be true because he wouldn't have come up with that name.
Oh, believe me, I've come up with some fake names as well. Dean has superhuman endurance levels, and he has extraordinary feat, including treadmilling for 80 hours non-stop. That's 350 miles, if anyone's interested.
Good for him.
And he ran 50 consecutive marathons over 50 days.
Oh, wonderful.
A science team reviewed Dean and said if he was properly hydrated and fed, he could literally run at 7 miles per hour until the day he died. He doesn't have to stop running. So, does the human Duracell bunny exist?
This is purely based on you and that surname. I'm going to take a punt and go that this guy is true. He does exist.
You're getting closer to your target of 6 because it is true.
Is he a handsome guy?
Actually, I have seen a picture of him, and he's an average-looking American.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice-looking dude. We've now moved on to Bishan Ekikib. Bishan Ekikib.
Is he trying to throw me off now? Because I knew that I called him out the first time.
Well, it is one of the more ridiculous ones, but whether it's so ridiculous it's real or so ridiculous it's fake should be interesting. So,
is the tree man on this list?
No, I did look at him, but I thought you've probably seen the Channel 4 programme.
Everyone's seen
the
tree
Human
man.
Turtle, another one that was on Channel 4.
Human Turtle?
Have you not seen the Human Turtle? Should definitely put him on the list. I thought he might have been on here. Sean has a 30-inch tail that extends to the bottom of his spine. He has the ability to grip cans with it.
Right.
And he's also attempted to sell paintings on eBay that he's drawn with his tail.
That sounds just too preposterous. I'm going to go false.
It is false.
Yes.
Bishan Ekib does not have he doesn't even exist. I made the name up. But there is a guy called Chandra Oran, who has a 14-inch tail, but it doesn't move.
Right, okay.
It's just...
Yeah, it was the painting thing. It's just like, why would that work? You know?
I don't know, people paint with their left hand. Let's move on to High Knock. Oh, it's spelled way more difficult.
What's it called, Mr. Knock?
It's High Knock, and I'm calling him Mr. Insomnia.
Okay. This feels like already like it's something that could exist.
Yep. High Knock hasn't slept since 1973.
Whoa.
He continues to function completely normally with the lack of sleep and has no impact on his day-to-day activities. He hasn't slept since he had the flu, back in, as I've said, 1973, and all he has to do is sit awake in his rocking chair for 2 hours a night and can still function normally.
This sounds like it's possible. I'm going to go for true.
High Knock does exist.
Yes.
This guy's incredible. I read more about him. This guy's incredible. I don't know how you haven't slept. I wasn't even born in 1973.
That's insane. Why was it his decision to stop sleeping?
He can't. He said but he doesn't need to. He just needs to sit down.
Well, have they tried putting him to sleep?
Not that I've read into it. I think he's from South America.
What if he needs an operation?
Oh, then they'll have to put him to sleep. But
yeah, okay, so then he has been to sleep, hasn't he?
Yeah.
This guy's a fraud. What's the scores now?
You've got 2 left, and you've got 50-50. You only need 1 point out of the 2, so you can afford to make a mistake. You win if you get the next one.
Okay.
Would you like Wim Hof or Magic Adamix? Adamix?
Who would not go for Magic Adamix? Let's go there, why not?
Let's go for the Polish gentleman, Magic Adamix.
Okay.
Who in the 1980s was known for having the toughest skin in the world.
Right.
It was 10 times thicker than the average male.
Sorry, is Magic Adamix his superhero name?
No, I'm going to call him the Bulletproof Man. So back in 1983, he used to tour with the Circus Orfei, which I believe is like an Italian circus. Back in the 1800s.
Why'd you believe?
I tried to really check out what it was, just so it sounded...
Okay. See?
So his skin was 10 times thicker than the average male, and he used to tour with the circus, being shot by 1,800 handguns and only slightly bleeding or having minor wounds. So he could basically survive being shot by 1,800 handguns.
Right, okay. It's like a musket.
Yeah, it's sort of flintlock, probably a bit more than a flintlock pistol, but along those lines. It's not a modern
Flintlock pistol.
There you go.
What a history geek.
I know, loving it.
The scenario itself sounds quite believable, you know, and the weird and wonderful things that happen in our known world. Right, I'm gonna go for true, for magic.
Adamix.
Adamix. Yeah, true.
We've taken it to a tiebreaker because it's false. What? You were right, I did make up magic Adamix.
No way.
I even did the research on Italian circuses and found the Circo of Pina. So we are down to, well, it's the best way to be. It's a 50-50 chance of winning this. You've got to get Wim Hof right. Wim Hof. I'm calling him the Yeti.
Are these brothers?
No, Wim Hof is his name. First name is Wim, his second name is Hof.
Who's the other dude? You said there was two Hofs, didn't you?
Yeah.
You said Wim Hof and like Will Hof.
Now, Wim Hof climbed at Mount Everest in nothing but a pair of bicycle shorts.
Yep.
The temperatures of Mount Everest can vary between minus 35 degrees Celsius and minus 60 degrees Celsius. Temperatures that any human would be killed within minutes. But he survived and got all the way to the top without the correct protection. Now, does Wim Hof, the Yeti, actually exist?
This is hard.
I've left the best one to last. I was hoping it was going to come to a tiebreaker.
I'm worried.
Wim Hof.
You saying his name over and over again
I know.
isn't going to make this any easier. I mean, it again, like the bullet one, it sounds like something that could happen. My gut says that it's another dodgy name that he would have come up with. I'm gonna go against my instincts again and say true that this guy actually existed.
Chris, you've done yourself proud. Wim Hof does exist.
Yes!
That is a win.
Screw you, Jim! Yes! Your stupid challenges are nothing. Nothing.
Don't worry, we've got another one next week. How did you guys get on? Did you fall for my bluffs? That sounds really weird.
Yeah.
So like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for more fresh happenings. What was that?
Let's get. See you later.